In this footage, Russian tank crews take Ukrainian armed forces soldiers prisoner. In this area of intense close combat, Russian tank troops made heavy raids on Ukrainian trenches. They gave Ukrainian soldiers an opportunity to surrender. In Dzerzhinsk, Russian military units stormed a position of Ukrainian armed forces soldiers. The footage is from the front line. After one of the Russian soldiers made a missile attack, another Russian soldier came running to the house with an anti-tank mine.
Давай, братан, огонь!
He threw the anti-tank mine into the house and ran away.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
The house exploded with a powerful explosion. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. At night, the movement of an armored vehicle was intercepted by Russian drones. In the morning, infantrymen were spotted hiding in ruined houses and fired upon by artillery units. Reconnaissance drones continued reconnaissance in the air. The movement of another infantryman was detected, and the house they were hiding in was blown up by attack drones. The Russians secured the area. Footage of the 36th Eastern Group Army drone operators at work in the Donetsk direction. A few infantrymen who had been attacked planned to take shelter in a nearby house, but Russian drones were following them. After calculating the coordinates, a Russian drone loaded with heavy ammunition attacked the house directly. In the Kursk region, Russian attack drones detected the movement of 3 personnel in open terrain. The footage shows Kostroma paratroopers detonating a mine near Chasov Yar. Under constant enemy fire, they survey the area meter by meter every day to clear the way for Russian troops. Pokrovsky direction. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected the temporary deployment positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. The coordinates of these positions were transmitted to the artillery units, and the operation began. As a result of successive shelling, the positions were destroyed. As a result of the harmonious work of the drone operators and artillery units, the targets were hit as desired. Russian reconnaissance operators revealed the movement of two armored infantry vehicles moving towards the Shevchenko settlement. The front armored vehicle was blown up by the explosion of an anti-tank mine. The rear armored vehicle continued on its way. As the armored vehicle was moving forward, a Russian FPV drone hit the armored vehicle and stopped it. The crew quickly got out of the vehicle and started running. The crew took shelter in a nearby building, but these drones were following them. The drones transmitted the location of the Ukrainian crew to the artillery unit, and the building was destroyed as a result of successive shelling. Zaporizhzhia direction. The movement of soldiers in the trenches was detected. Then the Russian FPV drone was activated and flew directly into the trench. When it reached their hiding place in the trench, the FPV drone exploded. The soldiers realized they had been spotted and went to the bunker at the other end of the trench, but the Russian drones continued to follow them. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Another drone came to the other bunker where they were hiding, and that's what happened. Zaporizhzhia front. The village is in ruins. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that Dnepr troops liberated the village of Malya-Shcherbaki in Zaporizhzhia region as a result of active and decisive actions. As a result of the precise coordinates provided by the operators of FPV drones to artillery units, Grad MLRS units, tank units, the targets were hit precisely and the village was liberated. Ukrainian soldiers surrendered in the face of calls from Russian soldiers to surrender. Surrounded on all sides, the soldiers made the sensible decision to lay down their arms and surrender. At the insistence of their commanders, they surrendered to Russian forces. The Bradley armored fighting vehicle was immobilized as a result of heavy impacts. The crew of the armored vehicle, consisting of 7 to 8 people, took shelter in a safe place to plan and protect themselves from further attacks. But drones were following them step by step. Their location was reported to Russian forces. Then a Russian soldier fired an anti-tank mine into the bunker. The anti-tank mine exploded strongly. The same soldier threw another mine. Ukrainian forces insisted on staying in the bunker. 5 Russian soldiers with rifles opened fire on the bunker. The soldiers inside the bunker insisted on not surrendering. Finally, another anti-tank mine was thrown, and the Russian soldiers entered the bunker and completed their mission. Russian tank crews attack Ukrainian armed forces positions near the settlement of Chasiv Yar. The group of 4 tanks disperses when they get close to the settlement, and a few of them advance towards the settlement center, while others go to the forest belt. All positions were destroyed. The Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV Control Center was detected near Novosergeyevka. First, the personnel inside the control center were hit, and then the UAV control antennas were hit. The sudden appearance of drones on the battlefield and their small size seemed to make the work of the soldiers in the war a little difficult. If you destroy one drone, a second one can appear immediately. Cheap, powerful, and very fast weapons of war. Footage of the destruction of the temporary deployment point of the Ukrainian armed forces after the Russian attack. Ukrainians recorded the footage. Ukrainian armed forces drones faced an unexpected attack. A Russian drone was waiting on the ground. Its aim was to destroy an enemy target. Suddenly, Ukrainian drones appeared in front of the Russian drone. The operator waited for a while, and when he saw the Baba Yaga drone, he immediately took off and destroyed the heavy helicopter-type drone in midair. The defeat of the equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine with a drone over fiber optics in one direction of the front line. FPV drone operators of the Special Forces of the Western Group destroy strongholds and UAV control repeaters of the armed forces of Ukraine. Russian reconnaissance drone detected the movement of Ukrainian UAV operators. Ukrainian UAV operators deployed to a house. They set up all their UAV equipment in this house. Russian artillery units then opened heavy fire on the Ukrainian armed forces UAV control point. Russian drone operators repeatedly hit Ukrainian armed forces strongholds, temporary deployment points, equipment, and storage areas. Russian forces have gained the upper hand in the region. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Sumy region. Russian fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod infiltrates the camp of the Ukrainian armed forces. Although the roads were covered with nets and wires, the operator of the fiber optic drone flew with professionalism and agile maneuvers, hitting and destroying all targets one by one. One by one, he hit the vehicles of the Ukrainian armed forces. The drone operator was moving slowly so as not to touch the nets and wires. This gave the soldiers in the vehicle enough time to spot the drone and escape. In the same direction, drone operators also shoot down enemy drones in the air. In the Lipsy residential area, fiber optic drone operators destroyed an American-made Humvee. The crew left the vehicle as usual, leaving the door open. Why do you think this could be happening? Leave your thoughts in the comments. The Humvee was first attacked by artillery, then the fiber optic drone delivered the final blow. Sumy region, Korolki settlement. Russian reconnaissance operators found the 128mm Rak-12 MLRS, Croatian-made. The Lancet UAV was then launched to attack. Lancet accurately hit the target and destroyed the MLRS. A group of infantry hiding in a basement was detected in the direction of Sumy. 2 Russian kamikaze drones immediately took to the air and sped towards the target. With precision strikes, the basement was destroyed. In the area of the village of Sergeyevka, a powerful attack was carried out by 9 K-720 Iskander. In the attack, HIMARS used by the armed forces of Ukraine were destroyed with a powerful explosion. Russian reconnaissance drones spotted a self-propelled howitzer parked. This howitzer is a 2S3 Akatsiya 152mm self-propelled howitzer. Although the Ukrainian armed forces tried to camouflage and protect the howitzer, a FPV drone was enough to destroy it. The howitzer was powerfully destroyed by the explosion of the ammunition inside. A Russian FPV drone hit a moving vehicle. However, the drone could not hit the vehicle exactly. The vehicle continued on its way.
Це був ясний